Hello everyone. So today I'm here to introduce one amazing opportunity to you all, that is MBBS in Russia. This opportunity is brought to you guys from Study Palace Hub from Delhi office. Who is coordinating here is Aishwarya Holidays. Aishwarya Holidays is well experienced with this because Dr. Aishwarya went to Russia, completed her MBBS and she is back in Bangalore. So whenever we're talking about this MBBS opportunity, if you have any doubts or how it is going to be, you can talk to her right away in Bangalore. So let me also give you more details. Today I'm here to talk about one of the amazing opportunities, that is MBBS in Russia. Now you might actually ask this question, right? Why am I talking about MBBS in Russia as one of the amazing opportunities? So what I would suggest is, please get a pen and paper and continue this video to understand better. And if you can actually note some of the points, you can actually be helpful to one of your friend or family or neighbor or anybody for that matter who wants to pursue MBBS. Now before I again call MBBS in Russia as an amazing opportunity, let's look at some numbers and come back, then you will get a better perspective. So as I was actually trying to explain earlier, let's get a perspective about why it has become more difficult to do MBBS in India. Okay, so the entire India, we have the total number of exam takers. I'm going to talk about the total number of people who are writing exams. So let's put a circle for a perspective. This is the total number of people who are writing exams. So let's put a number to it, then you will get an idea. So last year, that is 2023, we had 238,642 people taking exams. Okay, this is the total number of people who have written the exam who are interested in pursuing MBBS. However, let's actually put a perspective here also, saying that 5% of these particular people might not be interested to continue MBBS, but because of their peer pressure or parents' pressure or somebody else, what they would write is NEET exam. So let's actually avoid them also, but still the number is huge. Now let's get an idea. What is the total number of seats available out of 238,000 people who have written the exam? Let's see how many people can get into a seat. So the entire India, if you get a perspective, this is the total number of seats available. So let's put a number next to it, then you will get an idea. So as I was trying to tell, 238,000 people have written the exam. Okay, here you are actually going to look at what is the total number of seats available. 106,000 plus. So you can see what is the average, not even 50%. Not even 50%. That is the total number of seats available today. Now, let's actually get another perspective to it. So you saw the number. So let's write it in a small number. 106,000 plus. This is total. So out of that, what we would do is, let's actually divide the circle into half. Why did I write it? So the bigger version is 55,640 government seats are available, whereas 50,432 or something private seats are available. If you get into any of these government seats, then believe me, you are the most luckiest persons, because the fees actually is going to be subsidized to you. At the same point of time, it is the most affordable to anybody. So you don't have to take up huge loans to pursue your MBBS. However, if you fall into this category, that is a private category, you might spend not less than 20 times of what you would have spent on a government seat. But still, let's assume this is the number of people who have written the exam. Out of that, you can actually see what is the total seat available. Now, people who have actually got good marks but still cannot afford it would let their seat go, thinking that this year I did not get through the government seat, next year I'll follow with the next year. Now there is a possibility that you will always see the number of 238,000 exam takers increasing but not decreasing. So you can always keep postponing your plans, but that doesn't work. So hence what we are trying to say is, once you have understood this perspective, MBBS in Russia might be a good opportunity for you or your friend or your neighbor or anybody. So let's continue the other details. Now I think you have known what I'm talking about, why MBBS in Russia is still an amazing opportunity, because a lot of people after writing NEET exam would drop out for a year thinking that this year I could not qualify for a private seat or a government seat, but next year I will qualify, and they'll drop out for a year. Now obviously India's population is always increasing, so what happens is in the following year you'll have more competition, more number of takers in the exam, and more number of people will be writing the exam. So to ease out everything, you don't have to worry because you're going to be just away in Russia, but still you can connect with your family in video calls or Zoom calls or whatever for that matter. But only thing that you have to focus there is study. Now, you might actually still wondering, like, is it easy, whether the language is going to be a problem and all that. Don't worry about it. We are going to ease out everything as per this video. As I said, if you have a pen and paper, please do write it down. Now, there is a particular commission in India called as National Medical Commission. They have recognized certain universities abroad to basically say that they have to be compliant for any of the student who can go there, study, come back and continue as a doctor in India. So the first regulation or a compliance is they have to be WHO recognized, that is World Health Organization recognized, and we have a list of people who are recognized, so we can share it with you. The second thing that you also have to know is anybody who teaches MBBS course in Russia, they have to be doing a minimum span of 54 months as per our NMC. However, let me also assure you, any university there is actually teaching a course for 6 years. So if you actually go by that calculation, you will be doing last year, that is the 6th year, as your internship also, which is considered as part of the course, which you have to do it there itself, wherever you study. So you have to continue the internship and come back. So that is part of the compliance as well. Now the third regulation is any course that you have to be taught there have to be taught in English. That means because we are being trained either in mother tongue, that is Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, whatever for that matter, once you go there, you will actually be studying in English, which is part of our normal languages. So now 3 minimum compliances you have to follow. Then after completing that, you can come back to India. You can write a small exam called FMGE, that is Foreign Medical Graduate Examination. And once you complete that particular exam, you can continue as a doctor. So many doctors who have gone to Russia, come back to India, write FMGE exam, and they continue as a doctors, and they are working around us. So giving you this perspective, it is no more tough. Now, after giving all this easiness about the details, now you'll always be wondering, like, how is the course going to be, how is the hostel facility going to be and all that. Let me give you clarity on those as well. First thing, let's talk about the course. Course is going to be for 6 years. Okay. In that 6 years, the first year, second year and third year, there will be 70% theory and 30% you will have to go through practicals. Along with this course, in the first 3 years, you will also have a teaching or a class about Russian language. Because in the last year, that is the 6th year, while you're doing internship, you'll have to work with the local patients. So you'll have to converse in Russian language. So you will have to actually learn these classes, and they are actually going to give you these classes as well. Now in the first year, second year and third year, it is going to be 70% theory and 30% practicals. Likewise, after the 4th, 5th and 6th, you will actually be changing the entire thing, that is 70% practicals and 30% theory. Now that you understand that the practicals and theory, how it's going to be done, let's also try to understand that how the course is going to be there. So once you're actually paying the fees, you will actually go through a hostel facility where some of the universities do have international mess, so you don't have to miss Indian food as well. You will get Indian food there as well. So you can just be ease out about the food as well, because you don't have to adapt to Russian food. Now continuing this, you also have to understand that the entire course material, whatever that you're going to study, you will actually be implementing that in the last year, that is the internship, and once it is all done, you will come back to India if you want to, or you can continue there as a registered doctor, and Russia does give this opportunity where you can continue there as a registered doctor. That is one of the other compliance of NMC as well. So that also is given to you. So we have the complete list of universities who comply with this, because our Medical Council of India will recognize only those universities when you come back to write FMGE exams. Okay, I think that is all clear. Now one more thing that they have a compliance, that is the Russian university have a compliance, is whenever you write this NEET exam, you have to score 150 out of 720 plus. Okay, the minimum is 150. Along with it, physics, chemistry and biology, you have to score 50% and above. So I'm sure it is very easy. And some of the universities do have entrance exam, but some of the universities just look at your NEET marks and they actually invite you. Now there, the ratio is 20:1. That is 20 students and 1 teacher. So you will go through the entire course, and once it's all done, you just have to come back as a doctor here to continue, where you have to clear one exam, or continue as a registered doctor elsewhere. Now, understanding all this, obviously, right, after giving you all these details, now you're worried about the budget. Don't worry at all. If you are actually going through a private college here, as I told you earlier, the fees is going to be more than 20 to 30 times of what a government seat quota is going to be. Keeping that in perspective, you don't have to spend so much when you're in Russia. The MBBS in Russia will start approximately at 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs. Now you might actually ask me this question, how is that particular 15, 20, 30, 40? Because the upper limit is never set. Based on the facility, based on the way that you want to stay, which city that you choose, the upper limit is never set. You can actually choose the college that you want. However, the very minimum that we actually say is decent colleges, which is good enough, where some of the colleges have the best Medical Council of India returns, have had 25 lakhs as their fees. So keeping that in perspective, you can always let us know what is your budget, and we as agents will work with you to basically assure you what is the best university suitable for your budget. Now people have this perspective also, Russia is a very cold country and all that. You don't have to worry, because they also have room heaters wherever you go, including the hostel or any of the hotels that you go with. So temperature wise, it is taken care. Of course, we will always advise you to have warm clothes and all that. Now keeping all this, again, budget also is clear now, examination, courses, everything is clear. So what you have to worry about is two things. One, wait for your NEET results. Once the NEET results comes in, you try for your luck. Once the NEET results come through, you don't have to waste a year if you decide to do MBBS in Russia. You just have to give us a call and the below numbers noted, and we as agents will clarify all kinds of questions for you and ensure that you will actually be a doctor as you dream or as your parents dream. So keeping that in perspective, I'm sure you can actually understand why we have made this video, and the points that you have noted down is very helpful either for you or anybody. So please do share the video for anyone who wants to do MBBS either in India or in Russia. So thank you so much, and I hope to receive your call. Bye-bye.